I can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Let's get going. I see Councilor Driscoll. I see Councilor Hogan here a little earlier. Let's see here.
I'm here, Sean. This is Rita.
Rita, thank you. I think that's it. So there's four. Oh, I see Pro Tem here, Councilor Midday. So we have for our agenda today, we have one item from fire department, 6 items from the police, and then 1 for DOJ, and of course our item that we held in our last meeting. So let's get going. Chief Mann, are you around?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I have one item, and this item is for me to respectfully request to enter into a memorandum of understanding with Onondaga Community College. The purpose of this partnership will be to allow new Syracuse Fire Department lieutenants to obtain certifications for fire service instructor, which is a state required mandate. This certification is needed for our frontline supervisors and for all of our new fire officers. A part of this agreement, OCC, they have a fire protection technology program, which they give a host of classes regarding fire service and fire protection services. And they will also provide a class of Fire Service Instructor 1, Fire Officer 1, Fire Officer 2. And these are, there's 2 types of classes that are recognized nationally. One is a pro board class and one is an IFSAT class. OCC provides IFSAT classes, so they'll provide all of these classes to our eligible SFD personnel, which includes a curriculum and a certification. And these are to become nationally certified at no cost to the city. OCC is going to pay all the associated fees for the testing and the certification. And they will also provide another class per semester, depending on what our needs would be in the department. And in turn, OCC will use our training facility with their students that they have enrolled in that fire protection program. They'll come over in order to get these certifications like I was talking about and to get their degree in some of these classes. They need to have hands-on training. So they would come over to our training facility and get hands-on training. And so it's a reciprocal agreement that it's beneficial for both of us. So I'm just asking for permission to enter into this agreement. And I'm looking at a 1-year agreement with a possibility of 2 1-year extensions if the council and the mayor approve and if OCC approves.
So the training, the certification, and the process to apply for that certification, all of it is being covered by OCC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
Okay.
Councilor.
Okay.
There's no cost to the city at all.
Okay. Councilors? All right. Thank you, Chief.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
I see Jeffrey Kitkoff here. Are you here to talk about the stuff, Chief?
Yes, sir, Councilor.
Okay. I think Chief Cecil is not here, right?
He's been on vacation for the last couple weeks. Yep.
All right. So let's get going. We got 6 items here. I don't know where you want to start. Let's get going. You got 6 of them.
Yep. I'm new at this, so I didn't realize I've got it up here. So I've read these. So the first one that I have up is a waiver for a competitive bid request for the purchase of tires. Can I start there?
Yes.
Okay. So this is something I was talking to my garage folks today that we've been doing for a number of years, requesting to change off of the state contract to go to a superior tire. It's for the specialty tires, the snow tires, etc. The main thing here, I guess, is that there's really not much of a cost difference. The Cooper tire which is one of the brands we're asked to go to, is $130. The state contract is $125, so that's $5 more. But some of the other tires that we buy, like the Firestones, are actually cheaper. They're between $120.92 and $124.60, and the Falcon tire is $121. But they've been tested, and these other tires are superior, and we get longer life out of them. So even if it was the more expensive one, it's still a better financial bang for us to go with these other tires.
Well, I just, first of all, I just want to appreciate all of the department for doing this, because there are times where we have been given a bill to sign off after the spending has been done. This is good. Councilors, do you have questions at all? Anyone?
Chief?
Yes, sir.
Chief, so superior, you mean the tires are superior, obviously. That's what you mean, correct?
Yes, we get longer we get longer life out of them.
And that is a determination made by in-house determination, right? Obviously your maintenance people are saying that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Maybe something like I don't know, Councilor Majuk, maybe something in writing maybe to you would probably be a good idea. If we're going off we're going without a competitive bid, saying that these tires, in our opinion, are superior. Because I think with our current financial situation, I think without competitive bid is something that we should challenge sometimes. Just a suggestion, Counselor.
Right. Okay, thank you. Any other councilors? I see Councilor Allen join us. Thank you for coming. Anything else, councilors? Okay.
Councilor Majuk, this is Auditor Maroon.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Chief, nice to see you twice in the same day. Again, going without competitive bids, where are we with regard to ban the box?
I'm not been involved with that. I cannot speak to that, Counselor. I apologize. Or I'm sorry, Auditor.
No problem, Chief. So, Councilor Majuk, it's up to you, as it's an item before you, to make sure whenever these items are going to appear on the agenda, to meet the requirements of ban the box.
Well, as always, Auditor Maroon, thank you for bringing that up. I totally agree. I think if there's no further question on this item, I'll move it, pending that the department make sure that the company that we are doing business with comply with ban the box.
Thank you, Councilor.
So I'll just wait for that information, and what the way we have been able to do it is make sure that communication is between you and the city auditor chief, making sure that we that and TC us as councilors, just to make sure that we get somewhere with it.
Rich,
Just to be clear,
Rich, this is Sharon. I'll reach out to you to walk through that process. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Okay, Chief, let's go on to the other item.
Okay. Second item up here. Oh, that was the same thing with the tires. I got in here twice.
Yep.
Okay, so the second item is something that we've also been doing for years. It's to waive the competitive bid, and that's for uniform replacement. And we have officers that get uniforms damaged during the course of their duty. It's documented in the police reports. And then our Audit Budget Control Division will replace that damaged item. The two companies that are located within the city of Syracuse are the two companies that we use for this. One is United, and then the other one is
Lewis.
Yep, Lewis and United.
Okay, any questions, councilors? I mean,
Counselor Majuk, the same thing applies to this as well?
okay. Yep, Chief, make your notes and.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next item, Chief.
So next item I have up is on behalf of the police department requesting the city to enter into agreement with Clinton Plaza Apartments, also known as TMG-NY2 LP, for the use of office space at Clinton Plaza Apartments located at 550 South Clinton Street. This space we use as a satellite office for officers to complete administrative work when time permits. This agreement will be for 1 year, beginning October 1st, 2020, with option of 2 one-year renewals. This office is not going to be what we had always known as an office that we typically had in the neighborhoods in the past, where there's an officer assigned to the office, there's a phone number posted, people can walk in that office and expect to see an officer or call that phone number and expect an officer to answer that phone. We just can't staff those offices like that any longer with our current staffing levels. We still have a couple places similar to this open in the city. Give you an example is Skitty Park. There's an office over there. The officers are encouraged to use that. It makes a visibility in the neighborhood. They can go to the bathroom there. They can write reports there. They can eat their lunch. And then the benefit is that they're visible in the neighborhood. But once again, the offices are not manned. There's nobody assigned to it. But it's there to just increase the visibility in the neighborhood, encourage the officers to use it. And it's the same thing with this one. There's no cost associated with this to the city.
But chiefs, officers are going to go in and out of there, right?
That's the idea, ma'am.
Okay, because yeah, I would like the same idea that they know that there may be a police present in that neighborhood.
Yes.
Chief, just for a logistics question. So the patrol, how do you manage the keys for Skitty Park?
I'm sorry?
How do you manage keys for City Park? How do you manage to get into Skitty Park?
Key fob. There's a key fob for that.
So, so anybody who's on that patrol car has a key fob for that?
We have this key fob here can be programmed for many things. Like I can get in all the city school district buildings with this. I can get into most of our, as a chief, probably almost all the Syracuse Police Department offices. And then I can also put on Skitty Park is on here, for example. So I can go over to Skitty Park and I can key fob my way in. We know who the officer that was in there in case somebody leaves behind a pizza box or makes a mess or does something that we need to try to figure out later who was there. And so that's how we do that with a satellite office. With that satellite office, some of the other ones have keys. We looked into key fobbing them up. We don't own all the buildings, so it's not necessarily something we can do. So I looked into the one at Valley Plaza, for example. It was kind of expensive, so we kind of just let it slide. So we try to give the officers that work that area a key, an actual physical key, so they can have access to the office.
Okay, thanks, Chief.
And Councilor Hogan, I want to follow back up on that. So with the key fob you have, Chief, if you were to fob into Skitty Park, would that record the time as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's a great question, President Hudson. So how many times has Skitty Park been used?
I don't know the answer right now, Counselor. If I can find out if you would like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Chief, how many satellite offices do we have?
So, Skitty Park, and that's not my purview anymore. So this used to fall under me. So I'm going to try to go with what I believe is going. We got Skitty Park, Valley Plaza, and then we have Butternut Street. There's an office up on Butternut Street across from the Alpine. It's in that new Kinney Drug building there. We closed the office down at Schiller Park. So I think that's probably it right now. I know that the office over on Holly Avenue and the Nita Building. I just went over there last week. There's no officers utilizing that and having the sign pulled down so it doesn't appear that we're over there. I coordinated with DPW to have that done. And then there's no community policing office over at the Martisco Building on West Fayette Street any longer either.
Okay. Got it.
But once again, these offices aren't designed to be offices where people can expect to go in, because you don't want to set that expectation that people can call that number and expect a police response, or to show up and expect a police response. That's just to attract officers into an area to provide a higher visibility.
Counselor Majewka, I have a question, if I may.
Yes.
Chief, with doing the arrangement with the Clinton Street apartment building, is that something that the owner of that building, that's still a HUD property, right?
So I believe that there's a representative, I was told there's going to be a representative from the Clinton Street Apartments on the call.
So they provide the space at no charge to us. And that's different than what we do at Parkside Commons? Because do we have a contract with Parkside Commons?
Parkside Commons Parkside Commons it's not a police satellite office. It's a secondary employment job, kind of like housing, where they pay officers to patrol the grounds up there.
Okay, that's what I thought, right. Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Is that all,
Thank you, Counselor.
councilors? Yes, thank you. All right, let's move on to another item, Chief.
Excuse me, Kara Pendergrass just sent out something on the chat that she's here to answer any questions.
Okay.
If you're still there, you can, where is she?
Yeah.
You can speak up, Kara, if need be.
I would like to hear from Kara, please.
Kara, you there?
Kara,
Yes,
go
I'm
ahead.
here.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, Kara.
What kind of questions can I answer for you in regards to it? Is it just if there's any fees or any kind of
Can you just talk? I mean, there could be potential question, but can you just talk about why this partnership is a good one? Just so that we get into the gear of getting into questions. Just an overview.
Well, at the substation, there's no cost associated. It's just a room. There's no fees involved whatsoever. It's just more or less to have that extra presence at the property. Especially lately, we have been having a lot of crime surrounding and at the property, that I think it would be essential to have something like that here.
Okay. Councilors, any follow-up for Kara?
If I could just request, what type of activity have you been seeing an increase in, Kara?
Fighting. There was a recent stabbing in the actual building in the lobby. It's getting, just with the pandemic, it's getting heavy here.
Yeah, is that the primary thing? You're seeing an increase in violent activity, fighting, confrontations, things of that nature?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
Yes, I have one quick question, because I know at one point, I mean, I understand about the police substation and nobody's really going to be manning it. But as Chief Schaaf said, housing in Parkside, they hire their own security. Is that something in the future, Kara, that you guys will be doing, hiring security?
We have unarmed security at the property. They cannot resolve the conflicts that have been currently happening at the property. We have to actually call SPD on a regular basis to help resolve a lot of issues here.
Okay.
So, Kara, is it all residents that actually live there, or are these visitors?
It's both, actually. It's both non-residents and residents, visitors. With the bridge right down the street, we have a lot of activity that comes to the property from there.
So what's the penalty for residents?
Well, it's really hard to bring certain things to court. Right now, we can't evict or terminate leases in regards to anything with non-payment of rent. So if it can end up going back in court, like if it's rental issues as far as that end, it could prevent us from terminating leases. Now, the person that was involved in the stabbing, I'm hopeful, but I can't guarantee anything.
All right, would you say most of your incidents involved because you're sort of a main pedestrian thoroughfare from the Armory area to like the rescue mission area? Would you say that? Would you speculate on that?
Yes, that does cause a lot of traffic here.
So
they'll
you
come
mean-
and sit outside the front and try to come into the building.
So it'd be right for me to say that because of your close proximity to shelter for the homeless would be like, sort of like what the Catholic Charities runs over there on at the Axe House. You're sort of like in a danger zone, basically. Would you say
I kind
that?
of knew you were going with that, Hogan.
just a sort of a guess, counselor.
Yes, there's a lot of traffic, unfortunately. Some of it's pleasant, but a lot of it can be unpleasant.
Well, maybe there's another empty building on West Genesee Street we can use in the future for something like that. Okay, thank you very much, Kara.
You're welcome.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes.
That for my days in community policing and running that operation over there, that 550 South Clinton Street, the Clinton Plaza Apartments have always been a very good partner with working with us when we identify a problem to try to resolve it.
Thank you,
That's it.
Chief.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the last item, Chief, on your list.
Councilor Majuk, this is Evan. I believe Janet is on, but I think she's on the road. So the last item is an item from research. This is for a grant that we did receive.
JAG? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on behalf of the police, but it's from Janet. She's, like I said, she's on the move. This is a grant that we did receive. Apologies that we did not bring it before you for the application phase. It got lost in the shuffle during COVID. But this is a grant to pay for overtime for some hotspot. Let me get it right. For some hotspot details and a computer. That being the money for that grant.
Okay, it's for that both the county and the city applied for, right?
I believe it was a joint.
Same thing?
Yeah, I've got it
we're
up
talking
here.
about the same thing.
Okay.
I can speak to it a little bit if you would like, Counselor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's,
Guys, I'm here if anybody has any questions. I'm sorry, Evan, thank you. If anybody has any further questions, I'm available.
So I just want to know how come we didn't know about it, Bennett, and that we're finding out at the end of it.
No, we did know about it, Counselor. I'm sorry. The letter was done back in May. I don't know why it didn't ever make it to an agenda. We realized it when we received the contract. We can't have the mayor sign a contract without having the ordinance to go with it for review, and that's when it became apparent that we did not have the ordinance. I apologize. I don't know what happened.
So and that's what I was saying too. I also apologize. Like we, like I said, Jan and I talked about it. We're really not sure where the breakdown happened, but we are very sorry that we're coming to you after the fact.
Okay.
I'm sure it was me and not Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Counselor?
it's my fault.
Janet, who's the grantor?
The grantor is the U.S. Department of Justice.
Okay, and for how much?
It's for $90,000, but we split it with the county every year. So it's
Oh,
about, I think it was 45,000 and a couple of $100.
153.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's for $45,153 for the city, and then the other half for the county.
And it's focused on gun violence reduction.
All right. Questions,
Before
Counselor?
you move on, Joe, I want to ask a question because let me understand. So this is for the hot spots, correct?
Yes,
The overtime for the hot spots.
that's correct.
So does this just limit being that it's overtime? Does that limit just a certain subgroup of officers?
You know what, Counselor? I'm sorry. I don't know if I know the answer to that. Maybe Chief Schaaf would?
So no, we have a dedicated gun violence task force. It's an actual unit, and it's made up of officers from the department. I believe it was officers from the county and other agencies, marshal's offices. They all work together. But when they go out on detail, if they need more officers than is in that unit, they do open it up. From what I understand, I've never been directly involved with it, but I believe that this fund here, and if it's not this, it's the give, but they definitely open it up to other officers.
So this 45 will pay for the extra officers for overtime, but the other officers that's already out there, if they're on overtime, they're just getting straight overtime from the city.
I'm not aware of any straight overtime from the city being paid for this. No.
No, okay.
The gun violence task force does operate daily on straight time. That's their assignment. This would be extra above and beyond their regular assignment.
I'm good. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Madam President. Any further questions, Counselors? Okay. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Janet. And
Thank you.
The other item that is going on to the agenda item from here is a resolution that I would like for us as a city to pass, to urge the Department of Justice to not dismantle consensus decree. Can somebody mute themselves, Jim, or? Thank you. So I was saying that this agenda item here is going to be a resolution going out to Department of Justice, asking them not to dismantle consensus decree. So that's the other item that is going to be added on. And unless anyone has anything they want to say on that behalf. Okay. The last item on the agenda that need to go on the agenda for us is the right and know legislation. Coming back, we have already instructed the city clerk to compile everything for councilors. So if you still have any comments, just send them to the city clerk. But at this moment, we want to add back onto the agenda for the October 13 voting. Anything else, councilors?
Joe, I have something. It was an email that came across from Fire, I think it was, and it talked about positions and movement, and maybe that was another committee meeting that I missed.
I'm not aware of that, Madam President.
I'm gonna have to find that email because I saw an email. Chief Mons, are you on? No.
Yes, I am. Can you repeat that question again, Madam President?
An email came through our emails. I think it was last week, and it talked about some movement within the fire department as far as I can't remember verbatim. Was it classes or moving people or something like that?
I don't recall the topic specifically what you were talking about, and is this related to the consent decree?
No, I'm gonna try to. I may have to just talk to you offline because I do recall seeing that email in our emails last week.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to see it as well. If you can find it, Chief, for us.
Can you repeat more specifically what the email might be about so I'll look it up myself?
About hiring.
Okay. And was there specific concerns about the percentages that we were going to hire, or when we were going to hire, or what was the actual topic?
When I looked, I'm looking for the email now, but when I looked at it, my concern with that was, because I know there's people that's on the list. I can't find it. Let me find it, Chief, and then I'll have a conversation with you.
Okay.
Okay. Councilors, anything else? Councilor Allen, Councilor Driscoll, anything else? Okay. That will be all for today. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Oh, no, go ahead. I didn't find it. Go on. I'll
Okay.
find it and get back.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, counselors.
Yeah.